Alrighty, knuckleheads. Grumpy Grandpa here. My better half, Debbie's here. And better Debbie, any breaking news lately this week?
I don't know if there's breaking news. There's lots of breaking news, but this is your show.
I know,
So you
but
have to
you
rate it.
have some news to tell the
I don't have
the
one.
Grumpy Grandpa
Oh,
family.
I do.
Yeah,
That I have COVID.
well, that you tested positive.
I tested positive for
COVID.
COVID. I have COVID. I do. I have.
You
I
look
have
really
COVID.
good,
Well, I'm sorry, but I have COVID.
and you had a sinus infection, and you went in to get medicine, and they said, "Ooh, let's test you,"
Mm-hmm.
and you said yes, which
Yes.
was a mistake.
Well,
But you said yes, and you
have
got
to
tested.
make sure because I take care of little babies.
Everything's gonna come back positive. But
No,
what did
it's
you do
not.
this morning?
My boss went in and she had 2 COVID tests and both came back negative because she had a sinus infection.
What?
I had COVID.
Well, then, this is the lamest pandemic. Listen to me. This is the lamest pandemic of all time.
You are going to feel really bad when I die next week.
Oh my goodness.
When I am laying in a hospital and I pass away and I get to go to heaven and get off of this earth and leave this craziness
Well,
behind me.
Well, can I say you look mighty pretty?
I look mighty pretty for a woman that's going to pass away next week.
For having the CV.
Oh, well, thank you. I did take a shower today. I even did a walk tape for a mile. So,
Right. Well,
And
let's
then I
get
had a
into
shower.
let's get into the nitty gritty.
Okay.
First, I'll show some pictures that you had set up
Okay.
for 2 old people on a couch.
Yes.
But let's just go back and just, we got to thank our military people.
yes.
They get thrown into some of the craziest conditions.
Yes.
And you get there, there's nowhere to sleep. There's no tents.
Yes.
There's no hotels
Yes.
for 30,000, 20,000, whatever.
Yes. Uh-huh.
A lot of troops. So they just got to make do with what they
Yes.
do, and they're bored.
Yes, they are bored.
And pretty
They need
soon,
some carts.
that's what how'd you know I was going to go there?
I didn't know that.
Pretty soon, the shenanigans start. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you're bored, so you pull practical.
Jokes on each other.
Yeah, and you know how a lot of people die during wartime,
Yeah.
but just from accidents. It's created from boredom.
Okay.
Because I drove a bus that I had right over in Saudi, and I was allowed to drive. They trusted me with people's lives.
Well, good.
That was a bad mistake.
It was a bad mistake.
So I'm driving along, and all my buddies are just like, "Hey, look at that! There's a dust devil coming across the desert."
Yes.
And they're huge. It's a big shaft, and everybody in the back is like, "Mark, if you time it right, we can drive right through it." Because it's coming across, and we're coming like this.
Yes.
I said, "I think I can. I think I can." Right. So I'm going, letting off the gas, going, and we hit it perfect. Right. And it's a Toyota bus, like a 20-person bus. It was shaped like a square, like a bread loaf. No aerodynamics whatsoever. So we get into this
Bredlow.
dust devil.
Devil.
The bus goes, starts turning. I won't exaggerate. It felt like a lot, but it was probably like 20 degrees. That bus was, going down the road. Kick the back end of it out, and we get through it, and I regain control of the bus, right? And then everybody in the back is like,
Why
"You're
did you do that?"
crazy! You tried to kill us!" And then they get back to the. We were at Kobar Towers, which were these apartment buildings.
That got blown up.
That got blown up later on, a couple years after.
Yes.
Well, we were in those buildings,
Yeah.
and whenever they get back there, they keep it up. They're like, "Mark tried to kill us," and I'm like, "You guys were encouraging me to go through the dust devil." So these are things that happen with our courageous military
Yeah. Now,
members.
I did see that there was some emergency vehicles at the Capitol at early in the morning this morning on somebody's feed on YouTube. So something happened. Somebody probably was pulling a joke and got some people hurt.
Yeah,
You want me to show all of them?
Well, yeah, just run through them real quick. But these guys are great. And,
Yeah.
And
you got our.
some people might knock them like, "Look at them just laying around." They
They
literally have
nothing
to.
do.
There's nothing to do, and they're there, and
Yeah.
they're. Hey, you sign the paper. They say go. You go.
You go.
And a lot of times you just sit there and
Sit
go,
there
"What?
and wait,
What the heck?"
Wait around.
And need to know basis. You
Yes.
don't know even why, a lot of times, I'll tell you one more military story since this is
Okay.
military story time,
Okay.
is we were over in Saudi
Mm-hmm.
and we were doing the no-fly, the war was over,
Yes.
the first Gulf War,
Yes.
and the no-fly zone was going on, right?
Yeah.
We were protecting the no-fly zone.
Uh-huh.
And Saddam would light up his radar
Uh-huh.
on our planes, and that was a big no-no. That was part of the agreement for
Was
the
not to do that.
ceasefire.
Okay.
No lighting up our planes with your radar.
Okay.
Well, he kept on doing it. And so we're on base. All of a sudden, there's a buzz. This is all leading up to something. It's not just a story I'm telling you.
Okay.
There's a little buzz going on.
Yeah.
You're like, we're active. People are looking concerned, right? And I was comms,
Yes.
satellite. All the intel goes through my van, but I'm not over in the intel tent. I don't see the good stuff, right? I'm just there passing the data through me, and it's all encrypted, so I couldn't see it,
Yeah.
even if I tried. So I'm sitting there, and so our buddy that stayed in our little mobile home, there's 4 of us, great times, but he was in intel. Listen to me,
I
it's
know.
not a long story.
It is a long story. All right,
I do
keep
not
going,
go
keep
long
going.
with. I'm not
Yes.
winded.
Yes.
So, one of the guys in our trailer was in the intel, and we're all airmen. We're nobodies, we're airmen, and he sees the good stuff, and so we feel the buzz, and we're like, "Hey, I can't remember his name. I'm terrible with names. Like, what's going on over there? Are we gonna do something? Because are we going back to war? Something going on? There's a lot of buzz going on around this base, more than usual.
Yeah.
We don't hear anything." But we can just
See
see
movement.
all the movements going on, and that something isn't right. Something's getting exciting,
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't tell you. Until this is this is
Get
secret.
This guy in trouble.
It's a long time ago.
Okay.
So, and he's like, I can't tell you. And then we're all finally we beat him up enough, and he's like, okay, I'll tell you, but you can't tell anybody else. So he goes, tomorrow night, we're gonna go and take out some of those SAM sites that they're lighting us up with. We're taking them out, and we go, you can't tell us that.
You can't tell us that.
That's funny, because then we go, why are you telling us that? That's like top secret information. And he's like, I'm gonna kill you guys. You egg me on just like I egged on going through the tornado or
Yes.
dirt devil. We egged him on, and he's a good friend, and we're not going to say nothing, right?
Yes.
But he can't do that. But
No.
he did, and he's like, you guys cannot say anything or call home or do anything. We're like, we're not. We already know something's going on.
Yeah.
You just confirmed it.
Yeah.
So with that all being said,
Yes.
sometimes
Just stop.
sometimes you got to use your common sense.
Yeah.
You got to look around. Now, there's a lot of people over there that would make up rumors. Like, oh my gosh, this is a 3-month tour, but it's going to go on for another, we're here indefinite. And the first time I was over there, you heard that rumor and you took it like, oh my gosh, we're going to be here longer than 3 months. And then 3 months came, I went back home.
Yeah.
Then I went back over for a 3-month tour, and you hear the same rumors. That in 3 months,
It's going to be extended.
it's going to be extended. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So we made up our own rumors just to see how the rumors would extend, and that's a whole nother show.
Yeah. Okay.
Back to my point. The point is, I'm so glad you're with me.
Yeah. That's about the camel.
Because I would just be talking to a camera.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm telling you the stories that you've
I've
already heard.
all these stories like 10, 20
Okay,
million
so
times.
to get to my point, this whole year has been what?
Crazy. Last year has been crazy.
Last year, yeah.
Yes.
Not that part of this year. Last year, especially,
Yes.
nothing's been normal.
Yes. No.
We had the impeachment, didn't go down, right? And then
Yeah.
we had, right behind it, we had the CV, and they started waning. Then we had the riots, which it's funny, right? Because the same Democrats that think
That was okay.
are now saying that little tiny
Incident
incident
was the worst in America.
that lasted an hour or two
Yeah.
is worse than people taking over Seattle and taking over the police department and the courthouse and calling it an autonomous zone, that was all normal.
Yeah, that was normal.
So all I'm getting at is there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's happened this year.
Then because of that, we had the blanketed mail-in ballots, right?
Well, because of the CV.
Because of the CV.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like,
nothing can go wrong with
it's
this.
2020. We should have identification.
We should have.
We have identification for anything.
Mm-hmm.
To get into buildings, you have to have a special everything. Everybody has identification.
Yes.
But you don't need it to check a mark on a ballot and send it in.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's not normal. We know that's, and we know that Trump is no dummy, right? And as long as he has the right people in place, and he's built up over 3 years of the crap he's gone through,
Yeah.
right? If he's got the right people in place and everything's going right, he should be able to easily show all this. And like I said, 8th graders could make a computer program to tally a paper ballot.
Yes.
Like if this check mark is dark,
Mm-hmm.
that vote goes to that person, right?
Yes.
This is not rocket science.
No, it's not rocket science.
And we have companies that have given Dominion, like states have given Dominion $400 million for the Dominion system.
Mm-hmm.
And again, how old do you have to be to write a program to count a ballot?
5th grade.
Yeah. And now, once you start getting algorithms and wanting to become always 1% and win by 1%.
Mm-hmm.
But so many people voted for Trump that guess what happened?
I don't know.
That it couldn't
Keep up?
It couldn't keep up. So they're like, whoa, shut it all down. Has that ever happened? Have we ever stopped the counting
No.
in the middle of the night?
No.
Because it wasn't going their way.
Mm-hmm.
Trump had won election night. 80-90% were in.
Mm-hmm.
He's way up.
Yeah.
They're panicking.
Mm-hmm.
Shut it all down. We got to go to plan B and really kick in the cheating.
Okay.
So they did.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know from just common sense, looking around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doing your own research, that how many people were coming to Trump rallies?
A lot of people coming. Thousands.
And how many people were going to Biden rallies?
6.
6, yeah. And there's no jest. He did not get more votes than anybody
president
ever
in the whole world. Yeah, ever.
of all time.
Of all
He's
time,
the
he's
most
president,
popular president
Yeah,
elect.
I think that would probably go to Obama. Obama was very
Yeah.
popular. Charismatic.
Again, I could believe that. I worked the industry. I saw
Yes.
the jazz for him.
Yeah.
He had the
He knew
movement.
how to.
He had the
knew
movement.
how to.
He worked the
Yes.
internet
Mhm.
before anybody knew how to work the internet.
internet.
Plus, change and all that. Even though nothing really changed, but he had it. I
Yes.
agree.
Mhm.
He had the personality and the
So
jazz.
there's no way that Biden got more votes.
No, this is just me using my common sense. And now, knowing that Trump's very smart, and if you studied Trump, which I have, and you listen to his interviews,
Yes.
and studied his books and everything like that, the man is not a quitter. The man, once he's been wronged, he gets
Yeah,
even.
he does.
I know it's not very Christian, but
Mhm.
if he gets wronged, he gets even.
Mhm.
And he never trusts the people. The
That
people
wronged
that wronged him are gone. He will never help them again and all that. So with all this going on, and we know that how often during inauguration is there 20 to 30,000 troops surrounding D.C.?
I don't think ever.
Never. That's different,
Usually.
right?
Yeah. Mhm.
I mean,
That
we
is
saw,
different.
we can see that.
Mhm. We
Uh,
do see that. Plus, they're not having. I mean, apparently, it's going to be all virtual. So why are they there in the first place?
Right. Nobody should be.
I don't
Nobody
know
should
how it's going to
Now-
actually go down, but
With my research, you start studying how how people have gotten in charge that didn't do it too fairly.
Yeah.
So you go back to everybody's favorite go-to is Germany. They burnt down the one building. Therefore, that caused everybody to say, hey, whoa, just like they're doing now. Like
Yes,
they're
one
going
incident.
straight, even though we know Antifa was in the Capitol doing nefarious things
Yeah.
on that same day as the Freedom Rally or
Yes.
the Don't Steal the Vote rally. There's a lot of stuff coming out now. But it only lasts a couple hours. The building didn't get burnt, but they
Yeah.
tried to.
Yeah. Not the Patriots.
Not the Patriots.
Antifa.
But
And
they
the
tried to
Patriots stopped.
instigate something, and they didn't, because they were going to burn it. And then once they burned it, then they could say, oh, listen,
The Patriots are dangerous.
they're dangerous. We're going to suppress their speech and control, free speech and all
Yes.
that. And that was going to be their excuse. It didn't go down exactly. A couple people died, so now they still have a little bit of that. But if the whole building would have gone up, they would have had something good there. But it didn't. So what I'm trying to say is I have no inside intel.
No.
Only that one day whenever I got my one friend to
Yes.
spill the beans.
Yeah.
I had inside intel. So whenever it happened, I was like,
You knew it was going to
I
happen.
knew.
But you don't have any.
I don't have any of that. All I have is I'm on base right now.
And
And
there's
I'm
a
looking
lot
around.
of stuff going on.
And there's a lot of buzz.
Activity.
There's a lot of activity.
And a lot of buzz.
There's a lot of planes flying
Yeah.
in and out. There's a lot going down. This whole year hasn't been normal.
No.
This inauguration is not normal.
No.
The way the election went down
It's not normal.
was not any way we've done it in the past.
No.
All leads to me to think something nefarious went
gonna
down
happen.
with the election. And boy, if the cards are in the right place, what are you smiling about?
Because I'm just wondering why I'm here.
Because
Because you won't even let me
you have
talk.
COVID. And
Okay.
That's why.
Okay.
Because you're my COVID friend now.
Okay.
So, it's all going down.
Mm.
I have my theories.
Yes.
Everybody can look and do. That's what I'm saying. And, there's prophecies out there of probably there's fake prophets and there's true prophets. And you just got to wait there. I have not reached one prophet that said, oh, Biden's going to win in a landslide. Not one prophet. And I hear God a lot on Trump's side, right?
Yeah.
God bless America. God bless.
Okay.
You can leave if you're if you're getting tired. So you got God. Who has the American flags?
The Patriots. We
And
know
who's
all
wearing
this.
black and throwing bricks and causing?
FIFA. We know all this, Mark. We've
It's
done a
the-
million videos.
I know,
on this.
but I gotta push it. This
No.
is it. We're on the last
Yeah, right.
remaining
We'll see.
thing. What I'm trying to tell my watchers is I've had gut feelings all
Yes.
along of it's nothing's right, nothing's normal. The CV thing is not right. It's not. Everything's backwards, upside down, and crazy.
Okay.
So my point is on this very long show is nothing. No, I'm just kidding. Is just open your mind for a second. Think to yourself. For one thing, if you watch mainstream media and you believe them, well, you're in trouble. You're just going to be like Biden's the man and he's great and Trump's evil and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you've done your research as to the Constitution, what are they shutting down here lately?
Free speech.
Free speech. On what side?
On the conservative side.
Have you ever seen a fact checker go, whoa, Biden, got
Can't say
80
that,
million votes,
No.
and it doesn't seem right that he would get 80 million votes whenever he couldn't get anybody to his rally and had no jazz. Do you ever see a fact checker say that? No, because it's all one-sided.
Because they say that's because of the COVID.
And it's getting in your brain, and all the people, they've got them so much to hate Trump. But you ask these people, well, what's Biden going to do for you? I don't. What did Biden do for you in the past? What's his policies that you just sit there and go, my gosh, it's no wonder he got 80 million, because his policies have just helped out the American. I've been asking people that I know, tell me one Biden policy that you like. And I still, to this day, have not heard one. And then I said, send me a picture of Trump a video of him saying, I want you to go down to the Capitol and break in and cause chaos.
Mm-hmm.
They can't. I can show them a video of him saying, I want y'all to go home and be peaceful. This was supposed to be a peaceful rally. I never said we were all supposed to have a peaceful rally here in D.C.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting out of control. I want everybody to go home peacefully. Mainstream media won't show you that video, and they won't show you any hard proof of him. So they impeach him again over causing chaos, but there's not one shred of evidence. So now we know. If you've been in office a long time, what does that mean? You're probably corrupt. You know, this Epstein thing,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
You haven't heard too much about that, have you?
No, I haven't.
Well, my gut feeling is it was a blackmail ring.
Mm-hmm.
Epstein was paid a lot of money from, the deep state
Mm-hmm.
to frame people so they will do exactly what they tell them to do. All that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
And you haven't heard anything, even though they've captured two of the main people involved with it.
Yes.
It's been like,
Crickets.
yeah, you haven't heard anything
No.
about it. And if they arrested them and they knew that they were doing all this horrible stuff, well, who were the people doing the horrible stuff? We don't know.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay.
Hold still. January 20th is coming. Was it 20th?
Yes.
It's right around the corner. We will soon find out more.
Yeah, they will push it back.
Or they might delay it. There's no timeline either, people, as to anything. I have no idea of the outcome. Although I've heard many like generals and high up people say, will Trump have a second term? And they say, from 1 to 10, they're like 10, he's getting. And other people that have more intel than me,
Mm-hmm.
like 1 out of 10, is Trump gonna have a second term? They're like 10. It's just things I'm hearing, and all the chatter.
Okay.
But I like to say I don't have any inside thing. I have no prophetic, like
Yeah. God doesn't talk to
God doesn't talk to him. He might in weird ways that
Mhm.
I can't figure out. So I have no prophetic ability.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it. God gave me common sense.
Okay.
And all the common sense is for me to smell out a rat whenever I see one.
Okay.
That's why I'm leery about you. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, that's why I married you.
Yes.
Because I knew you weren't a rat.
No, I'm not a rat.
All right.
Okay.
And you're doing pretty good. You walked a mile today,
I
right?
did walk them out in my house with
In
the
your
walk,
house.
walk tape. I did not.
She
go
was like
outside.
thinking
I'm
going
quarantined.
outside is going to be
Yeah.
bad for it to get that fresh air.
No,
Because they
I'm
don't want you to
quarantined.
go. Well, you can go out and walk the streets.
I can't go outside and walk.
You
the
can
streets
go
while
out
I'm
stuff and
quarantined.
get healthy air.
No.
Use your common sense.
No, stop.
All right. Well, that's a long rant. And thank you to all the military out there that are going to do whatever, whether it's for nefarious side or our side. We know you have to follow orders. That's what they say. And God says we have to follow our kings and all that stuff, and he'll take care of it.
Yes.
We all know this. So, but I want to thank the people that volunteer and sleep on concrete floors for days in and time. Been there, done it, and but it's a lot of fun too.
Okay.
Trust me, the little practical jokes,
Mm-hmm.
like
They're fun.
yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
doing something to somebody while they're
Yeah.
sleeping or something, and then everybody laughs, and it breaks the ice,
Yes.
and it breaks up the boredom, and they'll spades, a lot of
Okay.
spades, euchre, a lot of euchre going on. You northerners, you know all about euchre. Whew. Okay.
It's a long, long video.
Oh, it's been great. I've been doing all the talking, so I love this show.
I know.
This show is one of my best shows with you on it
Mm-hmm. Okay.
because you smiled pretty for the camera and I
Wrap
did all
it
the
up.
talking. All right. Like I say all the time, just look around, people. Do your own research. That's our other show. I can't rip that off. Just look around and use your own common sense. Has this been a normal year? And who do you think is on the good and who's on the bad?